Hello, everybody. My name is Caroline Espino. I am a nursing student. I am Hispanic, Dominican. I am a U.S. citizen. I am a mom. I am a woman, and I am a human being. And I want to talk about the separation of families that is happening in the borders of the United States. And this is more of like a wake-up call, a call to action, a call for this government, for this president to stop being so inhumane, to stop this monstrous, horrendous, inhumane, hateful, disgusting behavior. Mr. President, Mr. Donald Trump. It is so unfortunate that for somebody who says that is the president of all the people, somebody who is supposed to lead by example, somebody, and I'm sorry, somebody who's supposed to be the leader of the greatest nation in the world, to act like such a hateful child. Separating the families in the border with the excuse that they are committing a crime by entering the United States illegally is an act of hate, is a violation of human rights. It's a policy that you are enforcing because of your hate, because of your intolerance, because of your misunderstanding of those who are only trying to ask and to get the help they need from us who have the resources and the ability to help. Yes, crossing the border illegally, it's a crime. Has been for many years. But it's only with this government that it has become into such a traumatic experience for those crossing and those who did not ask to cross and who were carried with their parents just because they didn't have a say, because they didn't have a place to stay in their home country, because they probably didn't have family to hold on to them while their parents try to seek for the help they needed. If you are still sending those people back, if you are catching them like prey, if you are caging them like animals, if you are punishing them, isn't it cheaper, being that you are a businessman, to hold them together and instead of wasting the resources of your country into the housing, holding, feeding, prosecution, and extension of the punishment to those people? Isn't it more cost effective? Instead of having to hire the personnel, have the resources, the supervision, which I'm pretty sure is not adequate to be able to supervise each and every one of those children to make sure that they are not being neglected, that they are not being abused, that they are not being mishandled by the personnel that you are hiring to tend to them 24/7 when their parents could be doing that. You hold on to the excuse that their parents are bringing their children because they know that they will be managed or will have an advantage over those who cross the border without children. But that's only a few of the cases. Not everybody who crosses with children is trying to abuse the system. I have a child, and I wouldn't leave my son anywhere, because I know that he will never be as well taken care of with anyone. Doesn't matter if it's a family member, if it's a friend, if it's the government, No one can take as good care of my son as I, his mother, the guardian of his welfare, the guardian of his education, of his well-being. Nobody will be able to take as good care of my son as myself. So instead of punishing these people in this cruel, heinous way, traumatizing babies, small children, even teenagers, caging them like dogs, not even dogs, because I have a dog and my dog is in the house all day long. We are treating animals with more decency than those poor children, than those poor people. Why not just come up with a process that shorten their stay in here? If you're going to send them back, if you are not going to listen to their pleas for help, if you think they're all rapists and criminals, why not just find a way? You're the businessman. Expedite the process to send them back together without having to go through all of the logistics that entail taking the children, holding them, making sure that if their parents are sent back, the children are sent back with the parents and not in different time lapses. That you don't send one kid with a wrong family. All of the logistics of keeping track of the adults and the children. The logistics of supervising those children. Of providing them with everything that a kid needs, because a kid cannot be locked up. Kid needs play, needs socializing, needs love. Instead of wasting your time thinking about how to make it more traumatizing for the children and the parents, because if I was crossing the border, you will have to kill me to take my son. I am surprised that there hasn't been reports of bigger crimes against humanity, because this is a crime against humanity. Because those people are so desperate that they will trust you with their kids. I wouldn't do that. So I am begging you against everything that I believe. You and the government. I am begging America. We as Americans can change this situation to stop this right now. Yes, you did sign that bill, but I want to see it enforced as soon as possible. And without it being that once the parents are found guilty of committing a crime for crossing the border illegally, then still have their children removed from them without any right, because the U.S. doesn't have any right to take those children because they are not American citizens. And find a way of keeping those families together. Still enforce the law which you're so concerned about. And stop acting like a president that I feel so ashamed to calling the president of the country where I live in.